Some heroes in Overwatch are great for beginners. Winston, Mercy, Soldier, while some are not so great. This video will cover our 5 picks for the highest skill floor heroes in Overwatch. That is to say, 5 heroes that brand new players should probably avoid. Disclaimer. We're talking about mechanical skill, meaning aim, how difficult it is to get value from abilities, or just the learning curve required to get good at the hero after arriving from another FPS game like CSGO or Fortnite. First up, Tracer. In the hands of a god, and providing everyone on the enemy team is sick and tired of playing Baguette, Tracer is an immensely powerful flanker with one of the highest skill ceilings in the game. However, her insane mobility turns out to be part of the challenge. As well as dodging enemy fire and managing your cooldowns, you actually have to be able to aim and track your enemies effectively. This is on top of the fact that she has the lowest health pool in the game, leaving very little margin for error, and landing her pulse bomb without assistance from teammates. Or maybe that's just me. In fact, now that Roadhog can move while taking a breather, I'm pretty much hopeless. But really, on a scale of Hearthstone to real life, Tracer ranks around here. Not quite faster than Light, but still pretty quick. Her learning curve is quite steep, and there is always a huge gap in skill between the average Tracer player and a top 500 pro. Next up, and evidently in no particular order, we have Doomfist. Doomfist, the most hyped hero in all of Overwatch, and the second lowest win rate hero for many a season, beaten only by a small Mexican scammer. But in all seriousness, Doomfist is easily one of the most mechanically challenging heroes in all of Overwatch. Virtually every aspect of his skill set can be used in many different ways. I mean, just look at Brandito in these clips. Makes you feel pretty garbage in comparison, doesn't it? Thanks, Brandito.
This is hardcore parkour.
What makes Doomfist so challenging though isn't the super insane Brandito hardcore parkour, it is good old-fashioned cooldown management, and the subtle art of not dying within the first 1.8 seconds of a standard engagement. Just like with Tracer, albeit for different reasons, mistakes with ability usage on Doomfist almost always result in an ego-crushing and teammate whine-inducing death. The learning curve here is absurdly steep. Next up we have Ana. Unlike every other support in the game who rarely has trouble healing their allies, Ana actually has to aim. And this is a problem for people like me whom on a scale of Stormtrooper to literally Widowmaker appear around here. And though I am ashamed, I am nothing if not honest. I mean seriously, check out these season stats. Try as I might, I'm just a goddamn liability. It is undoubtedly for people like me that profiles can now be set to private. I'm the kind of Ana that you have to stand still for to receive any heals, and every time you do I lose another small shred of self-worth. Even when you are landing heals, you know you still suck when you feel super hyped every time you land a sleep dart. And Nano Boost takes real game sense to be useful. Getting your positioning right is extremely important, and frankly, if you ever queue for a competitive game and meet me playing Ana, I highly recommend Skipjack's guide on how to have the Grandmaster mindset. Never blame your team.
Every single time you die, ask yourself the question, what did I do wrong? Don't say, oh, the Ana didn't heal me. Just assume like the Ana just is not healing you, then you need to play more defensively.
Thanks, Skipjack. This brings us to Mercury, and you didn't see this one coming, did you? Truth is, we've all had that moment in a competitive game where you're being destroyed by an enemy pharmacy, someone in your team politely suggests that we pick up a hit scan, and then you hear the dreaded words.
The name's Mercury.
So it begins. Now this could be fine, great even, if the player in question is actually Defran or Pine commandeering the account of his wee baby cousin. But let's be real, that only happens in the favor of the enemy team. Just like disconnects and throws are unique to your team. Most other DPS heroes in Overwatch can be effective through spamming abilities, or just left-clicking vaguely in the direction from which enemies are approaching. Similar to Ana, Mercury has to be able to aim. 35% weapon accuracy might be passable on Soldier, but on Mercury that means you're only hitting 2 shots out of a 6-shot clip, so they had better at least be headshots. His mobility is among the worst in the game too, and again, just like with Ana, this means getting your positioning perfect in every fight is a big deal. And if you're not hitting your shots, expect to be collapsed on sooner rather than later. And finally, this brings us to Hammond. Yes, Genji and Sombra are both pretty high skill heroes too, but look, I'm trying to make this list as interesting as possible. With a subscriber base as low as ours, we've got to throw some kind of curveball. Speaking of which, if you have enjoyed this video, a subscription would be spiffing for all parties involved. But as far as I can tell from what I've played on the PTR, Wrecking Ball is basically the Doomfist of the tanks. Yes, he is a little bit more forgiving with armor and an on-use shield, but he's undoubtedly another hero on which if you screw up your ability usage, you're either dead or just being useless. Hammond's playstyle is also extremely unique, meaning most players will have to undergo a serious learning curve in order to get to grips with the hamster. So, what do you think of our totally non-biased list? Which hero did we miss? I'm considering creating a similar video covering the easiest heroes to play in Overwatch pretty soon, essentially reading out loud my own hero pool. So do let me know if that is something that you'd want to see. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more videos, and I shall catch you all a tad bit later.